this recording before I even start because technical difficulties.
Oh yeah.
See, it's still trying to start for me.
Okay, I think I just hit for me too. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna start scribbling and we'll just see who comes forward.
Awesome.
Yay. Ooh, okay. That symptom's going to be a little interesting for me to try to explain, but I'll try my best.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Okay. That's enough. That's enough. Okay. This person's very strong.
Okay. I'm like, yeah. I have a lot of people, so who knows?
That's okay.
I'm hoping they don't give you too much of a hard time.
I know. I might whip out the sage in a minute if they don't.
Okay.
They're not meaning to, but it's very strong.
Yeah.
Ugh. Okay. And I've never felt this exact symptom, so I'm trying to figure out what that even feels like.
Okay.
Which I think is why they keep having me experience it, because they're like, come on, get it.
Yeah. They're like, don't you know? And you're like, no.
Yeah. I can only feel the pain. Okay. Geez. So we're gonna start with this symptom first because it does not stop. I'm actually gonna get my sage right now.
Yeah, sorry.
No,
Oh my God.
you're totally fine. It's no biggie, I promise. Okay. Oh. I don't have a lighter in here. I just bought a new one. Let me go grab it.
Yeah, no problem.
I'm right here, Luna. Don't worry.
Oh my gosh, your baby's like, are you okay?
Yeah, she used to not care to be right next to me for sessions, and now she has to be right next to me with a blanket and everything.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
She's sweet. She's the crazy one, but she's sweet.
I'm like, I would have my cat in here, but he would knock things over, and I know.
You know what's funny is they knock stuff over and they just look at you like, yeah, I know. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? I just bought this lighter. It's the little bitty ones.
Yes. I know exactly what they are. Yeah.
I had another one of those big candle lighters, and I don't know where it went, and I didn't want to pay for a whole new one, so I got a little one.
I love it. I love it. Yep.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, now I feel so bad. My last session, I kept seeing a ladybug, and I totally squished a ladybug.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. They are everywhere right now. Oh my, I love them.
Oh my gosh. I feel so bad.
It's okay. It was an accident.
Okay, let's see. Let's light this sage.
Okay. I'm like, my family would give you a hard time. I'm like,
sometimes people just don't know how strong they are.
mm-hmm.
And it's totally fine. I'm the same way. I don't know how strong I am sometimes. And my husband will feel my emotions, and he's just like, whoa.
Yep, that's me and my boyfriend for sure. I'm like, yeah. I am the one and he's like, you're okay. Like, calm down.
Yeah. Well, I made the mistake of looking at like negative comments on my TikTok last night. Oh. I was just in bed, like crying by myself. And my husband was like, he woke up and he was like,
are you okay?
And I was like, nothing.
Nothing. It's getting to me.
I'm fine. And I don't have an ashtray, so I use a bowl.
It's okay. It's okay. It's the vibes. It's the vibes of it all.
The old bowl. I don't care about it.
If it gets the job done, it's okay.
Okay. Ooh, that feels a lot better.
Okay.
Oh, see, and now they're saying they're sorry. It's not illegal. It wasn't on purpose. Okay.
I'm still like, I don't know who would do that. I'm trying to think.
So I'll tell you the symptom.
Okay.
Now that it's gone away.
Okay.
Oh, my pen. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
I was like, oh, it's gone. Okay. So this pain for me it was like up here, like the neck shoulder connecting area.
Okay.
And it was just like, I don't know if it was a muscle spasm or if something, it's very hard for me to describe. I don't know if it was something that what is that word? Come on, brain. It's called what is that? It wasn't like I don't know if it was like impact, like penetration of some sort.
Okay.
Do you know what who that would be? Or if anyone currently living has had that?
Maybe living.
Okay.
I'm thinking there's a few people that so a lot of people who have passed on, I was very young. So I have my mom just in case, like, Mom, can't, just in case. But living, a lot of problems down here and here and yeah, here. Okay.
So I'm going to underline that because they're definitely highlighting that living person.
Okay.
So we'll see.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I know. It gets interesting sometimes.
Yeah. It's going to make me think now.
No, So the first symptom I felt was the head region that was being pointed out. Um,
Oh.
oh Lord, I don't even. That one just took over. What was the head? They'll, I'm sure they'll have me experience the head region again. Um, there was back problems.
Mm-hmm.
They highlighted the chest region. And then I also felt like numbing in my arm.
Mm-hmm.
So from those symptoms, without telling me who they are, do you know how many people that would be that from those symptoms?
A lot of my family members living have back problems. That's
Okay.
just, like,
Hereditary.
including myself. So I mean that's yeah. Um Chest area, it depends. And without telling you too much, like it depends
It's
where.
like a breathing problem.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Living and not here, yeah, and passed on.
Okay. How many people do you think have that passed away with the breathing
Oh
issue?
my, oh my gosh. One one person I know for sure. One,
Okay.
like, the cause, yes. And then breathing was always just an issue for a few other people, but I don't think it was like the initial reason why they passed on.
Okay.
There was other things, but that was another one. So there's one person in particular, yes, but there's other people too that have had issues as well. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I'm like, it's very common in my family. So yeah.
I know. Sometimes they're very specific. Like that symptom. Like I honestly feel like I can't even really. I
You
feel
can't
like
move it.
good function of my shoulder now. Like I feel like I'm having issues with my shoulder.
Is it like frozen shoulder feeling?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Living with two people and they're related. Mm-hmm. Their
Wow.
brother and sister that have it. Mm-hmm. Or have had it, have had issues. Yeah.
My gosh. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have a dangling eyelash. I'm sorry. Okay.
You're right. Yeah, frozen shoulder, yes. And then head, I'm a little interested in seeing like what they mean by that, because there's a few things that pop into mind with head. So
Okay. Okay. So I wonder if they could very subtly have me experience that symptom again since this took over.
yeah.
Feels like there's a lot of pressure in my head.
Oh my gosh. Uh-huh. Living person for sure.
Person. Oh my goodness.
I'm trying to think of anyone that's not living that had a head.
Yeah.
Again, I was really young, so it could be like a symptom of what they had before. Yeah, but for sure living, there's been a situation with head. Yes.
Gotcha.
Like if you mean like physical pain, right?
Yes,
Okay. Yes. Yep.
ma'am. Okay.
Yeah. There's one person I know.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to. I wonder if this is just this one person that's just really strong. Okay. I'm gonna go to the messages part and see what they
Yeah.
have to say, and that's gonna help us really determine if this is just one person that's actually stepping forward.
Okay.
Did anybody ever have a stroke?
Yes, actually, yes.
That passed away?
Oh,
Or
I do have one living. Stroke from someone that passed away. No, I want to say yes, but I'm not sure who. I know I've heard stroke before. Yeah,
okay.
someone living that's still family has had a stroke and they're still living.
Gosh.
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. This person seems very selfless
Mhm.
to be pointing out all these other people's problems and minimizing their own.
Mm. It's a lot of yeah. I'm like there's a lot of family members that have passed on that were always selfless. Like that's just who they were. Yeah.
They have a very warm personality. Like I feel very calm. I'm waiting for them to speak.
Yeah. Do you know if it's like a more feminine or
It feels feminine,
okay.
which is funny because I know that there's a male. He's not coming forward, but there is a male.
Okay.
But there's a lot of females.
Yes. Mhm. I'm like there's 3 in minds for females that I was hoping to come forward. Yeah.
And they might all be doing it together.
Mhm.
Um,
And then about two males that I would think would come forward, but I'm not sure.
let me see. Did you lose a grandmother?
Yes. The 3 are all grandparents.
Okay.
I have. Oh, I don't want to say too much, but yes, yeah, they're all grandmothers. Yes.
You're fine.
Oh wait. Yes. Yes. I'm sorry. Yeah. I had to make sure. Yeah. 3. Oh my gosh, it's crazy. I'm like, wow. It's funny. I have their stuff in front of me, so I was hoping like at least
Oh,
one. Yeah.
definitely.
One I never got to meet. Then they didn't know I was existed yet. So
Oh, that
does that help?
yeah, that explains because
There's
there's
2 that I've met, 2 women that I've met, but I was obviously very young, but I remember them. And one that I've never met didn't know that my mom was gonna have me. Hmm.
but she still feels very connected to you. She feels like she knows you.
Really? Okay.
Mhm.
That's awesome to know. Yeah. I always hope that.
Yeah, she claims you.
Okay.
100%. Yes.
The like all the passing away kind of happened within pretty close. So I was very young when people kept like I was a bit the months some months old to like 3rd, 4th grade. So I haven't I experienced a lot of passing away when I was young. So
I'm sorry.
and then I have another grandparent that like is a grandparent. She's a grandmother, but like
Did she
not
know? She
there.
didn't though.
There's one I have my maternal grandmother I have not met. But there's also one I considered a grandma that's my cousin's grandma. So she was more in my life as well. and then 2 great grandmothers. Sorry, there's a lot of women.
You're
Yeah.
fine.
I didn't want to give too much away just in case, but yeah. So
Okay.
there's now I'm thinking 4 now. I'm like, oh my gosh.
You're fine.
And I still have 1 living grandmother as well.
Good. Okay.
My paternal grandmother.
Can't tell if this is past tense or current. When it comes to your relationship, are you still dating or did you? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're actively watching that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now they're speaking as a group. So one of them said, "Do not settle. Don't you dare settle." Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Very, very clearly. Is there someone that you're can't tell if you're currently still involved with them or if you're not over them 100%? It's like there's a door that needs to close, but it's still like kind of opened.
Yes, I'm with someone now long term, and then there is someone that was before him that yeah, there was someone before that it was not great. Yeah. No.
Oh, it's horrible.
Yeah, it was not great. No, I was very young too. So
Okay.
it had yeah, it affected me a lot. And it affected me in my current boyfriend now.
Okay.
Even, yeah. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm like, dang it, they've been watching.
And they're not giving, sometimes they'll give me flat out opinions. They're not giving me any flat out opinions. They're just saying, don't settle. If you ever feel like, they're saying, if you ever feel like you're questioning, is this the one? Then it's not the one.
Okay.
Okay. That's just information that they would be giving you had they still currently been here.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds like I'm like, sounds like something they would say.
Yeah.
Oops.
They are so funny. They're just like, I don't even know who they remind me of. They're ouch. It feels like you're just at a really good point in your life right now.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah, they're just like there's nothing that they're like, uh-oh, this needs to be addressed. Like they're proud. They're happy with where you're at in your life. They're saying like you're progressing, you're going on the right path. There's nothing, they're not saying any warnings. There's nothing. This is a really good feeling. They have a really good feeling. But someone said you're not supposed to have it all figured out.
Oh my God. Yes, I needed to hear that. Yeah. Oh my God.
Not supposed to. You can't be comparing your journey with anyone else's. You are not supposed to have it all together. And one of them admitted they're like, I never got mine together. I never got it. they were all they were always looking around for the adults. Like they were just like, that's how I did it.
Mm-hmm.
And stop pressuring yourself. Stop.
Uh-huh.
They want you to stop that. how you treat your friends and your loved ones is how you need to treat yourself. You have all this respect and this love for everyone else, but it's like when you come home at the end of the day, that bag that you're pulling all this love, this support, empty, completely empty.
Yeah, I'm a very empathic person. My job is a very empathic job too. So, yeah.
You've got to save something for yourself. It's very sweet. They're all saying how much they love you. And one of them very strongly said, I miss her too. I miss her too. They know you miss them. And it's okay. It's okay to miss them. But you can't, they don't want you to just be heartbroken. Because that's just how it has to be. It's a way of life. They want you to understand you have to keep going forward. And it's okay to think of them and to miss them. Just don't have that aching in your heart anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But they said that makes their heart ache. Mm-hmm. And they understand how much you miss them. That's how much they miss you. But they are around. Very watching. And they're just very happy with where you're at, and they want you to see that. They want you to do some self-reflecting. And once you can do that and see yourself through their eyes, you're going to be a lot happier.
Yeah, I feel like I was robbed for not having my grandparents. So it was really hard for me because like my parents had their grandparents, and so mine died pretty young. My two great grandmothers outlived my grandparents. So yeah, so it's kind of crazy. But yeah, so I feel like I was kind of robbed of that experience. Besides just the one grandmother that I have.
And they're explaining to me that although you didn't get that in this part of your life, you're going to get that much more when it is your time to see them again. Mm-hmm. Okay. Which they're saying, you better be living a lot longer than we do.
Yeah.
You've got to do. But they acknowledge that. They have been with you every single moment you've ever felt pain about that. They've experienced that with you because that is theirs to share with you. They understand that, mm-hmm. and love you so much. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they're not naming names. I'm not sure if it's a cousin. One of them is really bad. They're not doing good, and they're not disappointed. They're not happy with it.
Oh God, yeah. There's a few that I can think of, but one in particular. Yeah. Like there's a few that have gone off of trying to pull them back, but there's one right now that I'm very close to, and it's hard for me to see them, go through kind of what they're going through.
It is hard, but they want you to learn from. They said you have that mentality where you can learn from other people's mistakes. So mm-hmm. Be sure you're doing that.
Right.
It's like they're trying so hard to make sure you see that you're in like this bubble. Mm-hmm. You're very precious to them, and they want you to maintain that bubble and be happy in that bubble. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my goodness.
is there one person that, like a spirit guide of some sort? Because I feel like I think I have it wrong. I feel like I have it wrong. Like I feel like it's this person, but I feel like it's someone else. So I'm not sure.
The reason why you feel that way is because it's multiple people. They're
Oh,
each taking turns coming in.
okay. Okay.
And they're doing one at a time because they don't want to overwhelm you,
Mhm.
but they also take turns because they're also watching other people as well.
Mhm.
But when you have, not that it happens often, but if there's ever a time where you are at your worst emotionally, whatever you're going through, it's like boom, they're all there.
Okay.
So on your toughest days, if you are having a horrible day,
Mhm.
they're around you, and feel free to speak openly out loud to them.
Okay.
Okay, because whatever's going to bring you comfort, that's what they're trying, that's their goal, is to bring you comfort and be
Mhm.
there when you need them, and now you're aware that they are present. So they
Okay.
make sure that you utilize them.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my gosh. I was like, where did they go? That is such a weird exit. So,
Did they leave?
yes, but before they did, they were just like, as a group, they were like, okay, that's everything we needed to say. Tell her we love her. Make sure she listens to us. And then they didn't say anything else. They just left.
Okay. Do you know how many people were there, or like?
That felt like 5 or 6 people.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Mostly feminine energy. I didn't feel any men talking,
Okay. That's
but
interesting.
they're in the background.
Okay.
That was like, these women are in charge, and they knew that, and that was it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, that sounds about right.
You are their baby, and that was going to be y'all's time together. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. So I do know that they have been watching over. I understand why they highlighted all of these people's symptoms in your family. That's where they are. That's where they divide up. They go and check on them, and they do. It's almost like a shift thing. Like they just switch out. That's what they do. That is what they do to stay busy. They're constantly checking in on loved ones, and they switch out because they know that one of them will catch something the other doesn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But at night, they really come to you.
Oh, that's weird. Oh,
I,
that makes so much sense. Oh my gosh. Oh, that makes so much sense. I don't have dreams. I've never dreamed about anyone. Um, but I feel like, yeah, I feel like I know why they would come at night. Mhm.
that's like that's their thing.
Mhm.
I really like them.
Yeah.
They were like on a mission.
I feel like they probably stay busy with my family.
And it's funny because it's like there's so much more they can do now. So they're just like and the only thing that tires them out is really just like our session today is going to make them tired, but not like a normal tired for me and you.
Okay.
It's going to make it to where it's going to take a while for them to be able to communicate again, but what's cool is this is just their routine, and they're really happy with that. Like, this is their choice. This is what they want to do.
Okay. Is that pretty common, or have you seen that before?
I have actually never seen a group of people that did shift. Like, I've never had anyone explain it to me that they're doing it in shifts like they do. And then for them all to go to one person at night.
Ugh, that's weird. Ah! Yeah. Nighttime is definitely the hardest for me.
Okay.
Did they mention anything about mental health or anything? Because I feel like that was something big in my family, so I don't know if they had mentioned anything to you.
No, that would make sense, because that could be why they didn't tell me who. I didn't mention that because I didn't understand.
Okay.
But if it's it's common and a lot of people are experiencing that could be why they didn't tell me who. Yeah.
I'm like, there's one thing that is very common in our family, and I feel like I have it a little differently. So I wasn't sure like where I would get it from. Like I didn't know like why I have it. So
No, is it bad?
it's just I have OCD. But it's not what you would think it is. It's about counting. Like I count letters and numbers. And I just do it in my head. So no one that living has that besides no one. People have OCD, but they don't have it the way I do. So I never figured out why I have it that way. So that's why I was asking. Like, anxiety runs very strong, even the ones that passed away. But I wasn't sure if that kind of
That seems more of a coping mechanism.
Mhm. And nighttime, because I have nightmares. I have very detailed, very, very detailed, violent dreams. So that makes a lot of sense that they would come.
Okay. Now, when it comes to these nightmares, I'm only going to pry a little bit so that I can see if I can help.
Yeah, sure.
Is it dreams about death?
Yes,
Is it their death, your death?
mine.
Your own death. Okay. Have you ever staged your house?
No, I actually have not. I'm Catholic, so I have crosses everywhere. Like I have like I don't know, I have like maybe 5 in my room because I used to collect them as well, but I have one in this room. I have my necklace that's from my great grandmother on my dad's side.
Oh.
And then I have I can show you now, but this is our Mother Mary. Her name is Fatima, and I'm Portuguese. So this is like this is our Mother Mary's, Lady of Fatima. So that's kind of I'm very spiritual in that sense. Like I've kind of shifted away from it. So but I have like these items that kind of like help. I also have I was waiting to see if they would mention it, but my mom's mom is the one that passed away before she even knew about me.
Okay.
And she has crystals, and I found them 2 years ago. So yeah, my mom said she was very into all of that, but never really taught my mom about it. So I have them, and I have them like in her little box. This is like her box.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yes. And you can recharge those by putting them like in a windowsill or anywhere the moonlight is. You can recharge those.
Okay. Yeah. I have no idea what they are.
Yeah.
Like I have these are hers. So I have if I can get them out. I have just a normal.
Ooh, that looks like clear quartz.
Okay. And then I have I feel like these are the same, but they're two different pieces, and I've never seen these online, and I cannot figure out. I can send a more detailed picture to you too,
Yeah,
but
green.
it's like black and it's like swirled kind of, and you can not you can't see it, but you can see like light shining through it. And then there's like these brownish red tips. I have no idea. These are hers, so I have no idea what these are.
Ah,
And then I just have like a rock of hers that she kept. So I don't know if that was meaningful to her, but yeah. So I just keep them. I knew this was a quartz, but I had no idea what these are or what she did. So
it's hard for me to tell, but if you send them to me, I'll have my manager Breezy take a look at them too, and maybe we can like do investigative Googling.
yeah, please, because I didn't know who to ask or who. So if you guys can figure it out, that would be great. Because I have so another medium that I haven't talked to them, but I bought a candle from them.
Ooh.
And that she made, and then there was a stone in it, and I didn't know what it was. I just picked the stone because it was like my moon sign was Aquarius, so it was like Aquarius one. And so she sends like a little pamphlet talk about it. I think it was, oh God, is it not jade? It's green though. I have it on my phone right here. Jasper, green jasper. And her pamphlet said it's good for people with OCD, and I about died. I was like, I had no idea I was getting green jasper. I knew nothing about it. So that's another stone that I have that like helps, and it says it helps with like night terrors or whatever. So I was like, oh my gosh.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I'm kind of dabbling into crystals. So anything that you can suggest for me.
Yeah, and if you're not, I mean, it's totally up to you if you're comfortable with sage. I did a lot of research because I'm a Christian, so I was really scared to dabble with any of this. I was like, oh my gosh, but I did research,
Okay.
and I will only use things that are made by God. That's it. Nothing else. I don't need anything else. Sage is okay. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I have to sage all the time because I do this often.
Right.
I just pray while I sage, and I let the smoke go into all the corners of my home,
Mm-hmm.
and I pray while I do that,
Okay.
and I set my intentions,
Mm-hmm.
and then it feels so much better. Every single corner in the home. It does take a long time, and it's pretty tiring, but
Okay.
it's so worth it. And sage actually has physical benefits for you too, so it's
Okay.
beneficial to you. Yeah. And you'll notice a difference. But that's personal preference. If you don't want to sage, then don't sage.
I've always wanted to try it. I just did. I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna mess it up.
It's honestly, I don't think you could mess it up because it's your intentions. And you don't have to get white sage. White sage is pretty strong smelling, but there's different ones at local crystal shops that they'll have like lavender infused, the ones that smell good.
Okay.
I'm sage just because I'm like, yep, I don't care. We're just gonna
Right.
just pray while you do it.
Okay.
Set your intentions. You're in control. This is your home. This is your personal space. You'll allow whoever you want in your personal space. Mm-hmm. So just cleanse. See if you dream better. Okay. Now, I also want to point out, if you ever have a dream of a loved one that has already passed and it's a negative dream, that's not your loved one coming to you. Okay. Because a lot of people that have said, well, this happens and that happens. Our loved ones will come to us in dreams, but our minds are very powerful, and our minds will trick us and have us live out things that may never have happened or what we fear could happen. So it's very hard when it comes to dreams to know if something is just like up here, we're psyching ourselves out. Spiritual.
Okay.
Now, reoccurring nightmares all the time and it's of your own death, I want to have you go ahead and sage your home because you could just be experiencing either or.
Okay. Yeah.
So it could be someone that is in there that doesn't need to be in your home, a straggler that just wants to get you all riled up so they can have your energy.
Okay.
It could just be an emotional thing that needs to be dealt with. So consider getting a dream journal and writing down your nightmares. I know it's not what you want to think about,
Right. Yeah.
detailed, because sometimes we dream about things that are disturbing, and if you actually dissect that dream and go and look it up, it actually doesn't mean what you think it means. It could be something good that is so disturbing, but it's like, oh, okay, me passing away is a part of my subconscious telling me that a part of me is having a new beginning, and a part of the old me is dying, but a new me is emerging. So you never know
Mm,
what they mean until you dissect them and interpret them.
okay. That makes sense. That
Yeah.
makes sense. A lot of them is from what I watch, so that's my guilty thing. But I've had a lot of like falling off cliffs, a stalker. Nothing of this has happened to me before. It's so
Right.
weird. But like someone watching me, or I can't see myself, but I know that I am dreaming about me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So like
Person.
darkness, or like just like running up a haunted house and falling, like, because someone was coming at me, like those types of things. I can make books off of my
Yeah.
dreams, and they would probably be great books
So
because they're so detailed. But yeah, so there's also, that's the one thing.
sorry. Hey,
I love
sorry.
it. No, I love it.
Oh my goodness, guys. Hey, come here.
They're so cute. They're trying to tell you, Mom.
I think someone's on my porch. But yes, I'm going in here.
I also had a question for you.
Mhm.
So, um, so the spirit guides, you said mine have been, they're kind of mixed, right?
Mhm.
Around. Okay. Was there anything they told you of, like, things that they leave behind, or like physical?
They didn't mention anything like that.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean that they're not doing it. So if you feel like you're getting signs, usually we're not wrong about that stuff.
Okay. And then also, as a child, my parents and my grandmother have told me that I would talk about my grandparents that passed away, and I wouldn't know the things that I was saying because I was like 3. And so, yes, I always had imaginary friends as a child. Um, I can still remember having that experience. I don't remember anything about them, their names or anything, but it was always like, oh, Papa had this dog, or I'm having a tea party with Papa or Poppy, or like all, and they're like, oh, okay, and I'd be in the back seat talking, and like, oh, Papa had this dog, or whatever it is. So I feel like I was very open as a child, and then now I'm like, I don't know why it stopped. But yeah, so as a child, and then I also have a cousin that has seen my grandfather as well. So when he was young. So I feel like as a young, and then his child sees things currently.
Y'all might be gifted then. That could be a very strong possibility, and something that you should really, I think once you tackle your dreams and you start really feeling like you're in control again,
Mhm.
that's something to definitely explore if you want to.
I
And
do.
and cleansing, that could be why that I feel you really need to cleanse your house, because
Okay.
people that are attracted to you that passed away and they just want to be around you, that's
Mhm.
very common. So definitely, and what you could do is go to a local crystal shop, and if you want to get the sage, but also see what there's little crystals you can get. I have a little pouch, and they're not very expensive. You don't have to break the bank, but just get
Oh, okay, yeah.
crystals, whatever you're drawn to, because you'll be drawn to what you need.
Okay.
So definitely try that.
Okay, yeah, because it was just weird, like, to hear that from, I'm like, I don't remember that at all.
Yeah.
I don't have great memory. Like, a lot of my years as a child, I don't remember. And I always wonder if, like, I'm not supposed to remember because I was talking to them. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I mean, and everyone's different. Like, my husband can't remember being younger than 5 or 6. And I think I'm like, well, I remember being 2 and not being able to walk yet. I remember being extremely small. But everyone's different.
Okay.
It's not, I wouldn't be worried about, like, if you're trying to block something out, it could just be that, kids don't have very big attention spans sometimes, and there's a lot going on.
Right. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
funny that, like, I saw and talked to them. My cousin saw and talked to one grandparent, and now his child told me things about, like, his home, and, like, I see the man in the like a shadow figure, and he's, like, got a top hat, and he's 8. Him and my nephew are very close in age. They're about a couple weeks apart. He's like, and I see a woman in a wheelchair, and we think it's, like, another person. Yeah, an in-law. So it's just crazy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm not the only one that did
Yeah.
this as a kid.
It's probably hereditary. And
Okay.
that's something that you should try to see what you're capable of. And once you really start understanding that, you're going to probably feel even better, honestly.
Yeah, it's something that I've been longing to figure out how to connect again, because if I've done it before, I feel like I want to do it again. I want to connect again in some way.
Yeah.
However that looks. But I wanted to show you a picture real quick. So this is my dad's grandmother. This is my grandmother that's living. This is her mom and me.
Oh my goodness. Look how cute.
Yeah, so this is my grandma Verna. She is a firecracker Portuguese woman, like, didn't take no for an answer. Like, she was like, yeah. That was her. And then this is it's so funny. I have ancestry. I love everything about my family tree. So this is my mom and her dad. He only knew me for when I was 3 months old.
Wow.
Yeah. And then so it's so weird. So, like, all I have are pictures. Like, videos weren't a thing back then, and stuff like that. So I'm like, I have all these pictures, and luckily my family, like, hoards a lot of stuff. And so it's pretty cool. And then this is my dad's dad, and let's see if I can pull it up. He's also Portuguese.
Oh my gosh, that is so cool.
So I have all their pictures on my ancestry, so I can just pop them up whenever I want.
Yeah.
And then I have the one I just showed you. This is his mom. We belong to a Portuguese lodge in the Bay Area, and so she was the president. So
I love that.
Yeah, this is my grandma Mary, and then I have her husband, my Papa Virginio. And that's him and her. I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, so I have pictures. That helps me a lot too. And I have, like, all their stuff. So Portuguese people, we celebrate the Holy Ghost because we're Catholic. And
Good.
so I have, like, my grandma Verna's sash, because she was like a one of the what's it called? The queens. We call them queens. And then I have, like, her tiara. We keep a lot of stuff. So, like, I have everything.
I love that. I'm the same way. I really am.
Yeah, and I have, like, a whole section, like a cubby hole filled. I'm like, I grabbed it all. I was like, I knew exactly where everything was. But yeah, so I have all of that. So that helps a lot too with, like, kind of connecting and feeling like they're there. So I have everything there.
Absolutely. No, I'm the same way. I love that, and it's so therapeutic too to have that stuff. Yeah,
they all died very young, like 50s. My my grandmother, my mom's mom, she was on drugs, so she passed very not great. Yeah, and then you said breathing issues, and so my granny, which I don't have a picture of her, but that's my mom's grandmother on her mom's side. So mom's mom,
Wow.
that's my great grandmother. She had emphysema.
Yep.
So I'm like, yes. My mom and her brother, one of her brothers, had frozen shoulder, which is why you felt like you couldn't move it.
Yep.
So, and back problems. I have scoliosis. My dad had back surgery before. My brothers have back issues. I'm like, that one's common.
Oh my god.
And then we all have anxiety. So when you said chest, I felt like that. And then my grandfather, he was diabetic, but I think he had a heart attack. So that's what I was like, I'm like, oh my gosh. That's pretty spot on. And then me and my mom have thyroid issues, and her mom did. So when you said neck up here, I was like, that's on it.
Oh goodness.
I was like, oh my gosh, I can't say anything yet. I'm gonna let her keep. I'm like, let her keep going. But yeah, all of that made sense. Everything made sense. And then you said head. So when you said they're watching over a cousin, she's got a lot of things going on, and something happened where her dad had an accident, I'll just say it, and it was his head. He had 2 brain bleeds. So he's still alive. He's great. He's doing great. Everything's fine. But it was very scary, the situation. And so when you said that, I'm like, oh my gosh. When you said head, I was like, yep. I was thinking, I'm like, are you talking about like mental health head or physical? Because he would be the physical one that they're looking over. So
my goodness.
You were spot on. I love it. Oh my gosh, I was so excited.
Thank you. And that means a lot. I really appreciate you booking with me, and I really enjoyed talking with you too.
Oh my gosh, yes. When you were on TikTok live this morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, like today's the day.
What is your TikTok name?
Oh, I think it's Ari Safari. Everyone says Arissa, and I'm like, no, it's not Arissa.
Oh.
So yeah, it's Ari Safari.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be looking for you, and I'll have Breezy look for you too.
Yeah, it says Ari Susan. I have like a little son, but I have it's Ari Safari with 2 eyes at the end. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I'm like so excited.
Me too. I can't wait. I'm so happy, and I just can't thank you enough. So thank you for booking with me.
Yes, Olivia, thank you so much. Like this helped so much. I was like, this is like the best time to like have a reading, because I was like, I needed it.
Yes, and if you ever have any questions, are you in our Facebook group?
Yes, that's how I figured out you had bookings. I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. If you ever have any questions, I can't keep up with my messages. That's the first part. But and I am actually gonna stop looking at TikTok comments on my videos, so I have like clean mental health.
Perfect. Yeah.
So if you need to get a hold of me, definitely try that group, because Breezy helps me filter out everything so that nothing gets like missed. So if you need anything, you can contact us on there. And if you decide to pursue your gifts, because we don't know what you have yet.
Yeah.
So
I was just say, please, if you do like I don't know what you want to call it, but like if you help other people do it, if you start to do that, yeah, please let me know. I would sign up like right then and there. So I'm like, yes, please.
I might do something like that, because there's so many people that like I didn't have any help, and I don't want anybody to have to go. If I can help people not go through what I had to go through to just learn what I learned, that would be cool. So I'll try to. She has a full-time job, so she told me when she gets off work tonight, she's actually gonna contact me after my other 2 sessions today. Okay. And we're gonna brainstorm, and that's one of the things that we'll talk about too.
I would be totally, I'm like totally on board with that. I'm like, if she does it, I'm like waiting. I'm like, let me see if she's
Yeah.
offered this session. I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, I feel like she's gonna offer more. I'm like, I'm so excited.
Well, I'm excited and thank you for your feedback. And
Yes.
let me know if you need anything, okay?
Yes. Thank you, Olivia. I'm so excited.
Have a great rest of your day.
Yes. And then does the session just send to my email? Is that how it goes?
It'll pop up in our group chat after we're done, and
Okay.
like play video, and you can like I think hold it down, and then it says you can download it.
Okay, perfect. It's on the texting thing that you have?
It's on this Skype.
Oh, it's right after?
Yeah.
Oh.
As soon as we both exit out, or as soon as I end it,
Okay.
it'll be available for you.
Oh, perfect. Yay.
Yay.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
You're so welcome. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.